All right, Rob, let's go here. We talked with Eddie House about it. Bronny James, who plays tonight, it'll be starting in about 30 minutes, actually. He's 0 for 15 from 3. I think he's 7 for 31 overall, like 22%. And everybody, of course, is talking about Bronny. Is he ready? Is he a pro? What the heck is going on? But Alex Sarr, who was the number 2 pick in the draft by the Washington Wizards, and was actually viewed for most of the lead up to the draft as the best player in the draft. And he wouldn't work out for the Atlanta Hawks. So I don't know if that's the sole reason, but that may have contributed to them taking Zachary Richichet instead of Alex Sarr. I'm surprised I didn't hear Rob say Gesundheit.
I was going to say it. All right. I was going to give you a break. Go ahead. Already.
But Sarr, Rob, last night, and Martin, look up what he's been doing in the Summer League, like his first couple games. Because last night, I think it was last night, but his last game, Rob, he was 0 for 15. Now, this isn't Bronny. This isn't the 55th pick in the draft. This is the second pick in the draft. He's a 7-footer from France, and he was 0 for 15.
Yeah, I mean,
I think 0 for 7 from Trey. So what are your thoughts on that? And a lot of people wondering, well, why? Eddie House even asked, why aren't we talking about him like we're talking about Bronny?
Because nobody, knows who that guy is. His dad is not one of the most famous basketball players who ever played. His dad didn't finagle to get him in to a situation that nobody had, for the most part, Chris, had ever had happen. And that's why Bronny's always going to be a bigger story because of his dad. And that's why if Bronny was, Chris, the 55th pick who did not wasn't related to LeBron
Jones.
Bronny Jones, and he was off to this, bad start, shaky start, whatever you want to use the term. It wouldn't be highlights
Nobody
on Sports Center.
know.
Exactly. That
Right?
you
Nobody
know that.
even know.
Nobody 100%. But if you're going to if Bronny James has a good day or a steal or a big 3 or whatever, and they're showing that, Chris, they're going to show when you go 0 for 15 from 3 or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like, that's what comes with it. Because if he was playing well, they wouldn't be like, oh, we're not showing that. No, right? They wouldn't be like, oh, we're not showing. He's the 55th pick. We're not showing the Summer League highlights of that guy. They would be showing it like crazy.
Can you imagine if he was killing?
Right.
It would be like
it would be Chris, you would have to turn the channel. Am I right? Yeah. If he was killing
and it's interesting, Rob, like, and it's not a surprise, but their number 1 draft pick, or their the 17th pick overall, Dalton Knecht from Tennessee, he's actually been playing well.
Yeah, I saw,
he's playing really well, and he's not really you're not hearing much at all about him, and we understand why. I will say this about Alex Sarr. And I'm going to just take it to the nerdy basketball reason why I think people are, not as up in arms about him. I agree totally with what you said.
Right.
It's LeBron James' son versus some guy from France that
we don't know.
Of.
We never saw. We don't know. We don't know.
Right. That is the main reason. But I'm gonna say this as well, and if Martin, I don't know if either of you been watching these games or at least the highlights, tell me what you think of this take. I watched Sarr, mostly the highlights yesterday of his game when he went 0 for 15 or 2 days ago, whenever it was. He doesn't look out of. Not only does he not look out of place, he looks incredibly comfortable on the court. His form is nice. He's 7'1", but he moves well. He doesn't look gawky. Mm-hmm. He looks smooth. He just missed. It wasn't like, oh, this guy's got to rush his shots, or he can barely get his shot off.
Yeah,
so
it would
he's missed. He just missed. Now I will say this. This is the negative. He loves the 3. I think it was 0 for 7 from 3.
Right.
There was a 4-on-1 break he pulled up from 3.
No, that's ridiculous. But
yeah,
that's
he's too in love with the 3. Like, he could easily, because his handle's decent, pretty good for a guy that tall. But his things are clearly fixable. I'm not really even impressed. I'm not saying this dude's going to be a superstar. I don't know. But I'm telling you, on the court, he looks like he more than belongs. He just missed shots. Martin, did you see any of his highlights of the game?
I saw him block 3 shots in 15 seconds, but that was about it.
He also had 3 blocks. So,
yeah.
But did you agree? Like,
no, I'm not talking about
shots.
yesterday. I didn't see it yesterday. He did it maybe 2 or 3 days ago. Chris, I got his numbers here for you.
I think he had 3 blocks in the game. He went 0 for 15.
He did. He did.
Yeah.
Right now, shooting percentage from the floor, a robust 19.5%.
Well, how much of that is the 0 for? I mean, you go for 15, it's going to be ugly. What did he do to games before that?
They don't break him down game by game. This is just his so far in summer league. He's on 13 attempts. He's making about 2 shots, 19.5% from the floor.
2 for 13 on average is what he's doing.
Takes 6 threes a game, makes 0.7 for a really strong.
He's in love with the 3-pointer.
11.8%.
Yeah, he's too in love with the 3. He's too in love with the 3. But yeah, I mean, that's just a basketball thing on it. I don't think he's.
And I know what you're saying. You're saying like he's obviously a player. Just had a bad day at the office. Right. Like just have one of those.
I mean, remember Wemby's first game. Now I know this wasn't this guy's first game, but Wemby looked like, oh wow, he's gonna take a while. You know?
And he wound up.
He took a game. Right.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden everybody was like, everyone knows it's Wemby. You know what I mean? Just is.
Yeah, but Bronny, Rob, I mean, he's a project. That's what he is. You don't generally say that about a 6'1".
I saw your clip on IG from First Things First.
Yeah,
and you're going to give him time and whatnot, which is fine. No one's going to. No one takes. I've talked to people in the NBA, and the summer league is not the end all be all where you're crowning people, Chris, good or bad.
You got to be careful,
right? Good or bad. So I do agree with that. And people in the NBA I've talked to said, yeah, you just can't put too much stock in it.
No,
but I agree with he just doesn't seem comfortable. Like,
I mean, he's got a long way to go. Like right now, he's the thing too. And look, this is how role players are, but he doesn't really do anything. Like when he's out there, now he's hustling on defense, and he's getting after it. But if he wasn't Bronny James, you almost wouldn't really know he's out there.
And that's fair.
And it was kind of like that at USC.
Right. Some people have a presence, Chris, even if they're not involved in the scoring or whatever. Like, there's just something about that player that draws you to them. Yeah. And I agree. A lot of times I'm looking for Bronny as I watch.
Yeah, you're looking for that number 9, right?
I'm trying to find him.
Right.
Where's Waldo? Is he just standing there in the corner? Bronny, where are you?
No, he doesn't really do much.
With 7:17 left in the fourth quarter, Indiana Fever, Dallas.
What the?
Okay, tell
Martin.
What
is going on?
He's taping
all right,
something.
Martin,
but he's interrupting
you
our show.
You co-hosted the last 2 days, man. Now you got to just hop in like willy-nilly?
My goodness.
My God.
I just don't remember Steve DeSager ever doing that. I'm just saying.
Hey, Steve.